Good morning. Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Scan and cut day today, which is always good, isn't it? And we're doing something a little bit different today. I've done a thing. You know, when we do those things, I did a thing. Right, let me introduce you to this young lady. Some of you may know her quite well. This is Lily. Now, Lily used to work with us over at iHub.
Certainly did, yeah.
Then she went to somewhere else, and now she's come back. They always come back in the end, you know. It's lovely to have your company.
It's lovely to be here. Super excited. ScanNCut as well.
I know, right?
I'm looking forward to learning. I'm going to be learning loads this hour.
Yeah, you are. Absolutely. So, welcome, Lily, please. We have absolutely amazing family and friends at home, Lily, and they always welcome everybody with open arms. So, give a nice warm welcome, nice Club Highlighters welcome to our Lily this morning. Right, I'm going to do the housekeeping, go down the counter with you, and then we're going to get into some demos. So, live shopping, how does it work? Well, it's super easy, right? So you can watch us on YouTube, on your big TV now. You can watch us on Facebook, Instagram, and our website, which is highlightcrafts.com. If you're going to shop with us on either Facebook or Instagram, we're going to show you a product, and that product will have a code. And all you need to do is type shop and then the code into the comments underneath the video. So they don't need to go away to shop. You can shop while you watch. It's good, isn't it? Then that will put that product into a basket for you. We're then going to send you a message, and in that message there is a link. You're going to click that link and that will take you to checkout. Now, it's really important, Lily, that they log into their accounts.
Okay.
If you haven't got one already, please open one, because it's free to do so, which is what you would expect. But it automatically makes them a member of Club Highlight.
Okay.
Okay. And that means that even on high-priced items and on every order, not just on your first order, you get extra discount.
Wow. Loyalty
Points for every £1 that you spend that you can then spend across product or classes, whatever you prefer. And on a basket spend over £35, they don't pay postage.
That's nice.
And there's no fee for the club.
No brainer.
Absolutely. So it's all the good stuff, none of the bad stuff. Right, now then, if you would prefer to shop directly on our website, you can do that as well. Just go to highlightcrafts.com, click watch live, press play, and as soon as that show starts to stream, you'll see all the items in that show appear down the right-hand side of your screen. You then select the ones that you wish to purchase, and they will appear on your screen as a little red shopping bag at the top. When you're ready to log in and check out, click on that bag, and that will take you through that process. Now, you can also shop ahead.
Oh.
I know. So from midnight, all the deals in all the shows go live. I know, some of you shop in the middle of the night. So all you need to do is go to highlightcrafts.com. On the home page, there's a banner that says Shop Today's Deals. Click on that and all the deals will open up. Now, today is a perfect example because we do 8, 12 and 6 as ScanNCut. So when you're shopping ahead, the only hour that will appear out of those 3 is 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Because we don't put them on 3 times, because then that gets a bit confusing for us as much as it does for you. So that's how it works. So don't think there's a couple of shows missing. There isn't. It's there. It's just that we've got more than 1 hour on that product. Right, so let's have a look. Good morning, good morning, good morning, Lily, says Morwen.
Oh, hello.
Oh, a hot night. I know, Marina. It was very, very hot, wasn't it? Darren says, morning, everyone. Morning, Mel. Welcome, Lily.
Oh, thank you.
I know, everyone's just lovely, look. Morning, oh, wow, it was a hot night. Ooh, was it? I will try listening in today, but I have tests to get in hospital this morning. Oh, Jacqueline, I hope everything goes well for you. Glennie says, morning, oh, morning, Mel. Welcome, Lily. Very warm welcome from Heather. Good morning to Lynn and Pam. We got loads of people watching.
Oh, my
Look at all this
goodness.
I know, right?
Wow.
I know.
You guys are tuning in early.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah, they're on it. Absolutely on it. Right. Now then, on Saturday, we released our latest flower of the month, and the SVG part of it went absolutely crazy, and I'm not surprised. So we brought it back today. We were going to do Christmas stencils, but I want to make sure that we've got finished samples and everything's organised for that. So we're doing the chrysanthemum. I'm going to make a whole card from start to finish, including the card blank, all of it.
Wow.
So that's what we're going to do today. So you might learn some new stuff as well, which is cool. So what we do with our flower of the month, Lily, is we create them as dies.
Yes.
And we build a Minecraft studio around it.
Lovely.
And then we convert them to SVG files for ScanNCut users.
Wow.
I know, and you get all the details. So when we do SVGs, we're going to give you 3 different sizes to start with. So they always get the original, which is the size of the die.
Yep.
Then you're going to get a smaller version and a larger version, or a larger version and an extra large version, depending on what the artwork calls for. So our graphics team will look at it and go, yeah, we could do that a little bit smaller. No, that one needs to be bigger. Then we give you all the artwork, so all the reflections artwork that goes with it, and the reverse artwork, so you can have them back to back.
Nice.
You can still resize them. It doesn't have to just be those 3 sizes. You can still resize them as well as a percentage. Then they also get decoupage layers as standard. I know, it's good, isn't it? And also they get the detailed designs. And this is what we're going to be looking at today, because you can draw them, foil them, emboss them, do all those things. And I'm going to play around with half cut a little bit in today as well, which is exciting. So what you're going to get for your money, so all we need to do is type shop SVG. That's not right. That's not the right one, is it? Is that right?
For on its own, yeah.
Oh, on its own.
That's
Yes,
the one
can I
I
have
got.
the bundle, Sam?
Bundle.
Yes, please. That's what threw me. Right, so you've seen that is £9.99, okay? For an extra £5, you're going to get the Minecraft Studio. Now, even if you don't use Minecraft Studio, you're getting all the different colourways.
Wow.
So you need to be
Blimey.
using it, because first of all, you can download it for free now on highlightclass.com.
Gosh.
I know, right?
Wow.
Right?
Exciting.
And you're going to get all of these different colourways. So you're going to get all of the Minecraft Studio. Now, Lily, we discovered something.
Oh, okay.
So if you design something in Minecraft Studio and you
Yeah.
print it off,
Right,
yeah, then you turn it black by taking the brightness right over to the left,
Yep.
print that off,
Yep.
scan that in,
Right.
that creates your cutting file for Minecraft Studio. I know, it's good, isn't it? You get the reflections for the dies, which aren't relevant to you, but you also get these, which are your digital stamps. I know, colouring, right? Colouring in. Then you also get the matching papers that go with it. And look, you've got some really beautiful detail in here. Look, it's almost like a little bit of filigree down the side with a very lovely little butterfly. And then you're also going to get your overlays, so you can build up your own pattern design. So you're getting that. Right, so that's worth £9.99. Micro Studio on its own, Sam, please, is £8.99. So let's call it, let's say it's £10 and £9, £19. Okay, and because you're buying both together, you're going to get this free download worth £4.99. So let's say 5, so you're at £24, and for the whole bundle, you're paying £14.99 before your club discount.
Wow.
Right?
Is there really a choice now?
No.
I don't think
Not
so.
really. We
don't
launched
know.
it on Saturday. I then went in academy to teach, and they were all saying I wasn't buying anything today. And then I saw the price of that, and I was like, I need that in my life. Absolutely, you do. So all of that coming to you as a digital download. So the best thing about that is it's instant,
Of course.
because they could be crafting along in the show.
Yes.
I know, and no postage.
Even better.
Let
Oh,
me
gotta go
show
for that,
you.
guys.
Right, let me show you this.
Oh, these are stunning.
These are
Look at
fabulous,
these.
aren't they? So some are done with SVGs and some are done with dies, but you'll see the idea. And remember, we can foil on our reflections, so we can make our reflections foil with the ScanNCut.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm going to show you all this
Wow.
today. Then you've also got this, look at these. Aren't these beautiful? How gorgeous are they in different colourways as
Oh,
well?
yeah.
Just done on Minecraft Studio. Look at that. So using your ScanNCut to cut your card blank, and then literally just working in Minecraft Studio. These are fabulous, guys. And you know what? That price is silly. £14.99 for your latest flower of the month, full Minecraft Studio, and your bonus. You've got to have this, haven't you? You've got to have this. Right, shall we go down the counter, Lily?
Yes, let's have a look. Right,
Let's
what should we
have a
go to
look.
first?
Right, let's go
Got lots
to
of
our...
paper.
We have.
And I love paper. I love card. I love paper. So I'm
I know.
very excited.
Are you a paper sniffer?
I am. Yeah, I am. And a stamp sniffer as well.
A stamp sniffer?
Yeah.
Oh, that's different.
Like the
They are.
photo poem ones have quite an aroma to them.
Yeah, they do. Quite nice.
There you go.
Right, so we do different printing papers here at Highlight Crafts. We do a premium pure print and a regular pure print. Okay,
Right.
now the premium one, you're only ever going to use for your backgrounds. Please don't put it on your ScanNCut mats because it won't give it your back. Because of the fibres are so tiny, it almost creates a denser surface area.
Okay.
So when you put it on a mat that's got glue on, it just does that. It grabs it and it doesn't want to give you back. But the difference when you print it is absolutely phenomenal. Because when the printer head drops that ink onto that little teeny tiny fibre, it can't go anywhere. So it literally stops dead, can't move. So you get that real intense colour to it.
Yeah.
We do it in 250. I'm going to get Sam just to scroll through these. So we do it in 250 GSM, and we also do it in 140 GSM. So you make your choice. For me, if I'm printing backgrounds, I'd use the 140 because you're building up mats and layers anyway, but it's entirely up to you which you prefer. And then our regular pure print, now this is good for your alcohol markers.
Oh, okay.
So it's really nice and smooth, slightly longer fibre, which means that when you are putting a colouring medium on, you've got the time to work that ink and blend it. And again, we do that in 250 and 140. The 140 is the one that I print my reflections on all day, every day. It's a beautiful printing card. And it's not about what your printer's like, it's about what you're printing onto. Right, we have a question from Jane. Would you like to read the question out from Jane?
Okay.
So
We
what
can find
happens? Yeah, no, look, we star
Who's
it.
that? Easy as that. Wow. So
Good
Jane is saying, I have a
Jane.
question please, Mel.
Yes.
I want to print and foil thistles at about 11 inches tall. Is there a way of doing it, please?
Print and foil what?
Thistles.
Thistles. Right, so I would take it into my craft studio, to be fair, although you'll only get to A4 on that, so it'll be slightly shorter than 11 inches, but it'll give you a decent scale to work one, because you could always just extend the stem down. And then if you've got a detail design, that's the thing, you need the detail design so that puts that in. Your other alternative is to do it with a hot foil pen, but you could take I need to see a picture really. If you scan the thistle in and you just created an outside edge, so you ScanNCut data but use the first option, which just finds the outside edge, you could then draw that out, put it onto a light board with the colour, with the picture of your thistle underneath, and then go in with a pen and put in the detail lines, then scan that back in and choose the third option on ScanNCut data, which finds the middle of every line, save that file, and that could become your foiling file. We'll work it out as we go through, because I'm going to do foiling on reflections, but I think that's probably the best way to do it, is to scan in your thistle picture, create an outside edge, then put it on the light board and put your own detail lines in, unless you've got a detailed design that goes with it, in which case we're going to show you how to do that throughout the day.
Nice.
Right?
Looking forward to that. Fab.
Brilliant.
So
Right.
question done. Right.
Lovely. So
Next
that's
got a
our
card.
regular pure print. Now then, we also sell, this is nice, Lily, look at this, printable
Oh my
holographic sticker
gosh.
sheets.
No, that is stunning.
Isn't it? Now this is really good. Look at this with the
Oh,
magic on
wow.
it. This is really good for your ScanNCut if you've got the vinyl blade, because it will half cut it for you. So half cut means it will cut the top layer but leave the back of the sticker intact, so it's easier to peel off. Do you want to do the codes?
I
Shall
do.
put that on the
Right. So
screen?
if you're wanting to
So,
go for
there you are.
this fabulous
There'll be a
product here.
slight delay coming from there
coming.
to there. Oh, is it frozen? Oh, we're
no.
frozen.
Oh, dear.
Oh, we have frozen. We're frozen.
Because it's on my screen.
Because it's on Shop Hollow.
Shop Hollow.
$14.99.
It's $14.99.
There you go.
Shop Hollow. $14.99, just like that.
That was
That
your
is
easiest
stunning.
one, isn't it lovely?
That is lovely.
Oh, we'll get Jamie
Oh.
Oliver back on now, won't we? Every time we turn the telly on, it's Jamie Oliver cooking food, and I'm like, oh, stop. It's lovely,
That's
isn't
lovely. 12 sheets of that. Gorgeous.
Great stuff,
Love
right? Right. I'm going to go to, we'll come back and do some more of these printables in a little while, but I want to go to these,
Oh, yes.
because these are your starter kits. Now, ScanNCut, when you get it, will draw and it will cut. Mind that board, Katie. Everybody does that. Everybody in the room at some point backs up and goes. So what they then did was come up with different starter kits. So I went to them and said, please can we do something where you could emboss onto vellum,
Oh, okay.
right, with your ScanNCut. Now, the reason I did it was because for many, many, many years on a Monday, I worked in a shop and we taught scrapbooking on a Monday afternoon. Monday morning was parchment craft, right? And I would sit there in the other side, little side room, and I'd hear all these people going, oh no, I've done it wrong. Oh, I've just got to this stage and I put the line in the wrong place all the time. And I'm like, oh, that's making me go a bit funny. So I went to Brother and said, is there any way you can do an embossing starter kit? Now, to emboss anything, you need something for that vellum or that ball tool to push into to make it stretch the fibres.
Right, yeah.
So Brother came back and they made this fabulous little sheet that's a little bit like a very thin memory foam.
Okay.
So when you put your vellum on top of it, or your parchment, it sticks to it.
Okay.
and then it enables it to push into something to stretch those fibres.
Wow.
So you end up with a finish that is a little bit like that.
Oh my goodness. That's
Right.
incredible.
Isn't it fabulous?
It looks like you spent hours
Hours.
and hours with a ball
And you
tool
haven't, absolutely.
Gosh,
Now this is our parchment lily. So have a feel of that. Look at these.
Parchment, that.
How gorgeous these are.
Those are beautiful.
Aren't they fabulous? So all that hard work that you used to, you're actually, look at this, with just a little bit of colour behind it. Now that is literally going in with a ball tool and just adding a bit of white work. I am no parcher at all, but this one makes me want to do it because it's simple.
Yeah,
Think about your Christmas on this.
Oh yeah, can you
Just
imagine?
white on white will look absolutely stunning. So we do have this in stock for you. So we have the vellum on the show as well. We'll sort that out for you in a minute. But we do have the embossing starter kit, and it's worth getting these. Once you get more used to your machine, it's worth having these in stock. Now this has been out for a long time, but we also have new ScanNCut users all the time.
Absolutely we do.
So in the box you're going to get, you get 2 sheets of card. Now, I'm going to be really honest with you, it's not the best on card.
Okay.
Because the fibres are much tighter and it needs more pressure. And then the more pressure you put on it, the more likely you are to go through with your ball tool.
Right.
So parchment, craft metal, brilliant. Card, it's okay, but it's not, I mean, it was never meant for that. That's not why I asked them to do it. So you're then going to get the holder, and you get 2 different sizes of embossing ball tool that just pop in there. You also get an activation code. Now this you activate in Canvas Workspace to get extra patterns.
Oh, wow.
However, you don't need to go to Canvas to use this because you can emboss anything. All you need to do is switch it on the machine. I'll show you that when we go over there. So if you fancy, this is oh, Melanie, words.
Embossing?
Thank you.
That's the one.
Embossing starter kit. You'll get used to me, Lily. My words literally mid-sentence just disappear.
Oh no.
Literally just disappear. I know, joys of menopause, right? So you're going to get all of that shop emboss, and it's $65.99. Now remember, you're going to get your club discount off that. You're then going to get loyalty points, and you won't pay any postage because it's over £35 if you're a club member. I know we do all the
We
good
like
stuff here,
that.
Lily. Now then, this was one of the most recent ones.
Oh, I'm excited about this one now.
Yeah, I know,
Really
it's
excited.
lovely. Now, if you haven't got one of these yet, it's not very often I say you need it, but this is brilliant. This allows you, as a ScanNCut user, to do that pin dot detail that you see on a lot of dies, but on any shape,
Wow.
right? And you can set the distance between the dots. It's that good, right?
Wow.
So, this is your starter kit. So in here, you're going to get, again, different shapes that are in Canvas. Now, one thing I'm going to say to you is you can't resize these
Okay.
because they're dots,
Right, yeah.
right? Just like you can't resize the rhinestone starter kit because the holes are specific for the rhinestones that you're using. But you also get this. Now, this is a black mat, so I asked them to make a black mat for it so that if you have done your parchment and then you run it through, you can cut it.
Oh, okay.
And you can see it, the ScanNCut can see it. Because if it was white on white, it wouldn't see it.
course.
Because it's white on black, you can see it, but you can also cut on this mat, which is really clever. So you then get your, again, your holder and your 2 different needle widths, and then you get a selection of designs that you activate in Canvas Workspace. This is brilliant, and it just adds that extra level of detail to it. But instead of buying a set of nested dies that have all the pin dot, you can do it in all those different sizes.
Oh, wow.
It's good, isn't it?
Change of that.
I know, right? And then finally, we've got our foiling one, and this is lovely because it works with a glue pen. Can I just say as well, this one is for CM customers only. I know, I got a bit cross, but there's a reason. Because, sorry, Katie, sorry. Katie's looking at me like I've got 2 heads, and she's right. It's for SDX users only. I'm sorry, my brain, I can't even say today, it's just all the time.
Is the emboss one just for SDX or can CM users?
No, it's just the piercing one.
So there's emboss can be used by CM customers.
Absolutely. And if
Sorry,
you've already
I'm
got
seeing a
it,
question.
if you've already got it and you're switching up to an SDX, you don't need to buy it again. Just so that you know. Right. Yeah, Katie, keep looking at me like I've got 2 heads because my brain, Lily, honestly, it's really scary. It'll come to you. Honestly, it's proper scary, isn't it? Like middle sentence. I did it 3 times with Mick the other, on, where was it, Sunday? Started having a conversation and he went, "You're right." I went, "Why?" He went, "Because you just stopped talking." I was like, I've forgotten what I was going to say. It's bad. I know. Anyway, never mind. Moving on. Right, so in your foiling starter kit, you're going to get your little holder and a glue pen. And the glue pen has numbers on 1 to 4. You tell it what position that glue is up to, and then it knows whether there's enough to finish that design or not.
Fab.
You then get 2 little burnishing tools. You get an activation card. You get 2 sheets of foil, a little piece of, it's almost like a polymer that you pick up any stray bits of foil with.
Oh, fabulous.
And you also get the mat that you burnish with. So we're going to do quite a bit with these today, and we're going to bring them all together and make a project. So we're going to go right through the 3 shows, and then at the end of it, hopefully, we'll have something to give away, which would be nice, wouldn't it?
Exciting. I like
Right,
that.
I'm going to come over here with me, Lily, because we need to talk to you about this this machine.
Oh, yes.
I can see a purchase coming on for our Lily when she sees this.
No,
Right?
no, I'm a bit worried.
Are you a bit worried? You
Yes.
should be worried.
After 2 hours with you with this machine, Mel, there's no chance that I won't be having this machine. It's going straight in my basket.
Right, so
Go on then, let's have a
I'm going to
look.
put this out to you because don't look at the screen. Don't look at
Okay.
the screen, right?
Okay.
So, ScanNCut SDX,
Yep.
so it has the full auto blade connectivity. So no longer do you need to learn about your pressures and your blade depths. It will automatically do that for you, and it's a true auto blade. So it's not an auto blade with a drop down menu where you have to guess what that map means.
Yep.
It literally goes across and looks at it. So full SDX connectivity, Wi-Fi enabled. Inside the machine's memory, it's got 682 images, icons, shapes, phrases
Wow.
that you can resize a minimum of 250 different sizes.
Oh my goodness.
Right. Then you're also going to get 7 full fonts, so
Wow.
uppercase, lowercase, numbers and punctuation. And then you're also going to get 100 quilt blocks, all built into the machine's memory. Now then, via the Artspira app, which is a Brother app, so Brother brought out an app, and it works with things like your sewing machines, your embroidery machines, your cutting machines, your sublimation printers. Via that app, now the app is subscription based if you want it to be, but it doesn't have to be. So for this bit, it isn't. So you go onto Artspira, the tattered lace designs, there's 90 of them. You can send via that app to your machine to do all those amazing things with.
Wow.
So you're getting all of that.
Gosh.
Now then, this is normally £399 for this machine, which is honestly worth every single penny. We've knocked £150 off it and brought it down to £249.99. I know.
Wow. £150 saving?
Yes. Right, so that's your
Oh.
first option. If you want a ScanNCut that's an SDX, so maybe you are upgrading from a CM, maybe you're just buying a second machine. We've had a few of you do that at this price. When you think that our ProCut is £169.99 full price, and this is £40 dearer, but you're getting all of that, £80 dearer, sorry, but you're getting all of that content,
Wow.
which is crazy. But that £249.99 is before your discount.
Of course.
So even if you're in the first tier, you're going to get another 5% off that. Then you're going to get points put back onto your account in a couple of weeks' time, and there's no postage. If you're thinking about changing your machine, upgrading your machine, buying one for the first time, this is the deal. Now, but we do have another option.
Oh,
So what if
okay.
I told you you could get it for £299.99, so £100 off,
Okay.
but with every single issue of the digital tattered lace subscription. So all 24 issues, all the videos, all the backing papers, all the files, all the content.
Oh my goodness.
You can get this machine today, £299.99, with 24 months worth of ScanNCut tattered lace subscription. Now then, the way that this worked was we made it so that it didn't matter which page you turned to in that magazine, you could make that project. From the card base to the mats, the layers, the printables, the cutting files, the drawing files. If there was an embossing folder, we can cut it out as a stencil and run it through a die cutting machine. Everything. So every single file, and this is what one issue looks like when you've printed it out. You're getting that 24 times as a digital.
Wow.
I know.
I wouldn't even like to think. I wouldn't even like to try and start calculating how many
Oh,
SVG files.
Thousands. Thousands and thousands and thousands.
Wow.
And you also get video tutorials for them because Amanda filmed a lot of those. You also get all the backing papers. And don't forget, once you've done all those projects, which is going to take quite a long time because there's neither 1,000 of them.
Good luck to you.
Yeah, if you're going in your craft room with your brand new ScanNCut and that, don't fill the freezer before you go in, because everyone's going to be, where's my dinner? And it won't be there. But it's an absolutely brilliant machine. It has that half cut function for your vinyl. It has that ability to create inward and outward offset lines in the machine. It is absolutely brilliant. And while we've got it at this price, because when these machines are gone, we're not bringing them back. So once this is gone, I don't mean that across all ScanNCuts, please don't panic. Please don't panic, just this one. So that's why we're doing it for you at a silly deal. Please, 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 if you've been sitting on the fence, this is phenomenal. Right, let's show you how you use it first of all. So what I want to do first of all is create a card blank.
Okay.
And we're going to score it for the fold. So, you know when you buy pre-scored cards and the back's always slightly wider than the front.
Yeah. Drives me mad.
That's a rolling of the eyes from a crafter,
Yeah.
right? Drives me crazy too. Now then, the reason for that is when you're scoring on a scoreboard, whether it's an inverted one or one that goes over a bar like the Caterpillar one, that distance, that groove has a distance, it has a measurement, it has a width as well as a height. When you score with a blade, it has one or the other. So it's pinpoint accurate. So for making boxes, it's brilliant. Because there's never any, oh, I need to just trim that bit off.
Yeah,
It
we've all
just
been
does
there,
it
let's
brilliant.
be honest.
Oh, we have.
Oh, it drives me mad.
I know, you buy these cards and envelopes, you fold them in half, then you've got to trim a bit off.
Yeah,
right?
and then you trim a bit off, and then, oh, I have to trim a bit more. Then you trim a bit too much off, then you have never ending.
Then your card starts spraying on the edges, and you're like, no, I just wanted to make a card.
Yeah.
Right, so the way that we're going to do this is we're going to use one of the basic shapes, and we're just going to use a square. Okay, so I want a 5x7 card. So that means that I want it 7 inches high, 5 inches wide once it's folded. So we need to create a rectangle that's 7 inches high by 10 inches wide, yeah? So we're going to go into patterns, because you've got all of these basic shapes. So we're going to go into here, and we're going to click on this one. And then on this screen here, this little button here splits or separates the height from the width. So I can now make that square into any size rectangle that I want to. I'm not limited at all. So if I click on that, we're going to make it 7 inches high. And you can see the height's moving now, but not the width. So it's now independent of each other, which is brilliant. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to make it 5 wide.
Can I ask, Mel, I know,
You can.
same as you, I work in inches. If we wanted to work in centimetres, can we do that?
We can. So
Oh,
all you
fab.
do is, let's click on there, switch it to millimetres, press OK, and there's your millimetres. It's
fab.
that easy.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Right?
That.
Oh, Lily, your face there was a
Oh.
picture. I was like, yeah, absolutely, we can
Easy
do
as
that.
that.
Oh, right, let's do it again. I've just deleted it off. I'll tell you what, honestly, me today. It's going to be funny, isn't it?
Just showing you again for the guys at home in case you missed it the first time round. There you
Yeah,
go.
absolutely. Yeah, that's a good way.
That's
Yeah,
what
you
you was
you
doing.
cover up for me, Lily. No,
Yeah.
they know me by now. It's like you see it all here, warts and all here. We show you the good stuff, we show you the bad stuff, don't we? It's good fun. Right, so let's do that. And I want 2 of them, okay? And I'll explain why when we get onto here. So just make sure that that's there. I'm going to put 2 in the number. That's the only thing I'd change on the ScanNCut. I'd say make that say quantity, because a number's a number. The quantity's in the amount. That's the only thing that I would change. Right, we're going to set that onto the mat now. So I've got 2 of them. All right, I'm going to bring one of them down here, and I'm going to change my cutting area, and I'm just going to pull it up like that. Okay. Because I'm going to need this one. Do I need that now? No, I don't. Let's get rid of it. No, I don't need it now. It's fine. We'll just do one. Oh, no, I do. I do need it, Katie. Honestly, I sat here this morning at like 3:30 this morning, sweltering, thinking, right, what am I going to do for ScanNCut tomorrow? Right, so because I've blocked that out, so I've greyed out the bottom, it now can't see it as a shape, so it ignores it.
Okay.
So what we're going to do with this one is we're going to change the size on here this time. Now you could do this originally if you wanted to, but because I want the second one of that, I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to separate the height and the width again, and I'm going to make it 10 inches wide, and that will give us our 7x5 inch card blank. Okay, so super easy. So you don't need to buy your own card blanks anymore, you can make your own. So that's now going to be there, but what I need is a score line right down the middle. Okay, now I can just use a straight line, but not all machines have a straight line in them.
Okay.
These do, the SDX do, but some of the CM don't. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get rid of the little blank area. So I'm going to change my cut area back to full so it can see that shape. And we're going to use both of them. So we're going to select both. So one red square means that one shape is selected. 3 red squares means you're going to select more than one. So we're going to multiple select. We want everything that's on the mat, not part of the mat. We're going to click on that. We're going to press OK, and we're going to move them. So we go to our directional arrow buttons. So we click on that, and this is your alignment function. So if we align that to the top and the right, it's going to put that rectangle. So this single rectangle, the smaller rectangle, is now the front of your card.
Okay.
But what we're using this for is this centre line. So we're going to score the card with the blade. Are the Tattered Lace tutorials on YouTube for the digital mags? No, Jackie. When you download it, it will stay on your account. So you download, if you're buying it with this, you can buy it separately if you want to. But if you're buying it with this, well, either way, when you download it, it will stay on your account, your Highlight Crafts account, so it's always there for you, okay? If you put it on somewhere like YouTube, chances are it could, all that chaos could happen again where we don't have it anymore and we have to get it back. So it stays on your account. I hope that helps, Jackie. You can buy it separately. It's a separate item if you want to. I think it's $149.99 for the digital. And do you know what? It's worth its weight in gold. You imagine going on nearly 1,000 classes and having everything that you need. There aren't many magazines where you can open it up and make everything that's in the magazine, is there?
Absolutely not.
It's brilliant. Even if we did like a red and a green matte and layer, we've done it as a printable.
Wow.
So you don't even need to go into your card stash if you don't want to. Or if you'd rather go into your card stash and not print it, you've still got the cutting file. So either way it works. Right, so I'm going to load this mat in now. Now it's important that when you're loading your mats in, that you keep hold of the mat. Because the tolerance between the roller underneath this roller and these rubber elements that take it in is just the right size or right depth. If you let go of your mat and one of the rollers, it moves slightly, this roller will take over and that roller won't work. So it then skew your mat, and you don't want that because that's not good. Right, so what we're going to do now is press OK. I'm just going to move this over a little bit so it's a bit further into the card. And we're going to score first. Now you have to score the whole thing, okay, if you're working this way. So if you're on a CM, you have to score the whole thing. We're going to press cut, and wherever there's a little spanner, there is tools behind it. So if we go down to page 2, normally half cut is off, you just switch it on. It's that easy.
Wow.
Now for this machine, I'm going to take it down to -5. So there is an auto function on this. If you're doing vinyl, you just leave it on auto. Because I want it to just score, I literally want it to cut just through that top layer. Now you will have to work out what works on your machine, because yours might be slightly different to, it depends on the edge of your blade, basically. Right, so we're making sure that it's pressed down at the top, and then what happens here, we're going to press OK, and then we're going to ask it to cut. So it's going to go along now, and it's going to look at this cardstock. So it's having a good look. Then it's going to go onto the cardstock and have another look, and then it's going to adjust itself automatically. And you can hear it cut, and then it'll go back in and put me that score line right through the middle. Okay, so now Katie, if you come in, you can see now we've got this. So we've got that outside, it's not cut through, but it's giving me that score line. So now all I need to do is press OK, go back, go to edit, tap the screen to release the shapes, and delete off that single rectangle. And now I can go, please select and cut, take half cut off. So go into here, down to the second one, half cut off. Don't need to worry about this because half cut's not functioning at the moment. That's what you need to call me then, half cut. Not literally half cut, as in been out on the beer, but literally, yeah, half cut. Half cut heating, there you go.
There you go.
Half cut heating. They are perfect name for that, right? Perfect. We've got a question from Jackie. Do you want to read the question out to us, Lily, on the iPad, look?
Find out your question for you, Jackie.
Now, if you find that it's scoring too deep and you think, oh no, when you fold it, it's starting to create a split, just take the pressure down further, okay, to a further negative. So -6, for example, mine would be, but I think we're all right on this one. So it decided it needed to cut it twice. You do need to use a really good quality cardstock for this, and I would use something that was quite heavy weight as well.
Okay.
And just make sure that your mat's nice and sticky. Right, there you go. Now then, look at that, Lily.
Oh wow.
Perfect. Scoreline.
Scoreline.
But look at that.
No dodgy backsides.
No dodgy backsides. No, we have a lot of them in here, but not on here. Right, I'm going to just get set up in Canvas Workspace, Lily. Do you want to do a recap on the deal that we've got on that chrysanthemum?
I do, although Jackie, I can't find your question.
All right, let me have a look. What's she asking, Sam?
Is there something I can use instead of my blue mat in the foil kit, as I have lost mine? I bought the kit when I only had a CM machine that I hardly ever used.
Yep.
Now I have the SDS. I use it every time.
Every time. Yes, I would get either a piece of acetate or a piece of mylar. Or mylar for stencils is probably a good bet. I would just do that. It just protects it. Just stops the tool dragging the foil everywhere. That's all it is. It's just a protective piece. I wouldn't use card. I would use something that's like a thin plastic, but yeah, something like our mylar will work perfectly for you, Jackie. Right, do you want to go and recap that while I just get set up in Canvas Workspace, and then we'll have a play around with this.
So we shall show you your fantastic, this is your flower of the month. Now this launched just on Saturday, and you guys have been especially loving our SVG version of this gorgeous chrysanthemum flower. You can see here you get all that gorgeous detail. If we just come in really close, you can see all those internal cut lines. It's going to give you all that beautiful detail. So when you're pairing it with your reflection, it's going to look absolutely stunning, giving that gorgeous lifelike qualities. If I bring in some of the samples, these are just gorgeous. Look at all the layers, and you're getting all the decoupage layers as well as standard. It's not just about that main flower itself, allowing you to get all those gorgeous, really three-dimensional effects, bringing in all those different colorways as well, all those different gorgeous shades of your chrysanthemums, even building up your wreaths as well. That's a sort of gorgeous thing you can be doing with your fantastic flower of the month. So you are getting your SVG cutting file. You can see there you're getting it in your 3 different sizes. So if you like to create your big projects, it's going to be perfect for that home decor as well, or even your little smaller gift tags. It's going to be perfect for those little projects as well that you guys at home will be making with this gorgeous flower. So that's all your gorgeous SVG cutting files. But if you want to go for that, I think you'll want to go for the Minecraft Studio element of this as well, because you're getting absolutely tons of gorgeous downloads here that you can be using, bringing them into your Minecraft Studio. Perhaps you can be resizing them, perhaps you can be doing all sorts of different funky effects and building them up, layering them together to be able to create your own backgrounds, perhaps create your own compositions. Lots and lots you can do with these. All of the different colourways included, all your lovely sumptuous reds, right down to really soft, more neutral colour tones that you've got as part of this gorgeous download collection. All of your small little stems as well, so if you want to build up those bouquets, then absolutely you can be doing that with this fantastic collection of downloads. You can see here all your reflections. If you do have the dies, you can be using those alongside your dies. And something I'm super excited about, I have to say I do love my colouring, so to have all of your sort of digi-stamp versions, you can be foiling them as well in your ScanNCut, all of those included, all featuring that beautiful artwork that you've got with that stunning chrysanthemum flower in there. Then we bring to you the backgrounds as well. If I bring in the reflections alongside, you can see how perfectly all the colourways are matching. So all your lovely pinks are matched in those papers, all your oranges, all those colours that you're seeing within the flowers are sort of replicated within those gorgeous papers, and a really soft design to these. So if you want to use them for your mats and layers, then they'll work perfectly for that, as well as your backgrounds as well. Then we move on to your lovely overlays here. You can see all those designs featuring all those gorgeous flowers. Going to be great paired with your SVG cutting files to give you those beautiful projects. So all that's included as part of your Minecraft Studio. I would say you can go for them separately, but quite frankly, in my eyes, there's no choice. I think you guys at home will be loving to go through for these together. So you get your SVG cutting files, you get your Minecraft Studio, and if you want to go for all of that, it's just $14.99 today for all of that. Think of all the resizing opportunities that you've got with your fantastic SVG as well. All the different things your ScanNCut can do, all the things that Mel will be showing you throughout the course today and every week as well. All those fantastic techniques by using your SVG cutting file. And if you wanted to go for that one, it's Shop Digital to go for both of those. Right.
They also, Lily, get that free download with $4.99.
They do.
You get that as well.
Free download.
I know.
My goodness me. So you get all of your SVG, all of your downloads, and this gorgeous free download. I mean, look at those. They are absolutely stunning. I'm thinking as well, printing these off, you could be fussy cutting into these, perhaps decoupaging them up as well. Don't forget you can change your colourways as well in Minecraft Studio. Lots and lots you can do with that, and it's included for free, so tons you get as part of your shop digital. Fabulous. Right, should we get back over to another demo? Are we ready for another demo?
Pauline, how do I change my mat size in
12 by 24 in Canvas Workspace web version.
Okay, let's go and have a look
Should
then.
we do it?
Yep, let's go and have a look. So to change, just tell me that again, because that's already gone.
How do I change my
Mat size. Yep, got it. Thank you. Honestly, don't. Right now then I have to work this out, don't I? How do you change your mat size now then? Project, maybe? There. Go into project. 12 by 24. There's your mat. So it's in project. So project, 12 by 12 area size. You can also change it to A4, portrait or landscape, and postcard. So we just go back to 12 by 12, so that's how you do it. Right, I've had a change of plan. I'm going to take you to Canvas Workspace at 12 o'clock, but I wanted to show you something that I've been having a play around with this morning because it's really cool. So we've got the rectangle back at 5 by 7, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a 1 inch. So let's take that right the way up to 1 inch. Inward offset line, or outward offset line, inward, Melanie. Gosh, what's going on with me today, Katie? Same as every day, I guess, right? Same as every day. Right, so you can either create an inward offset line, if that's what you want to do, or, and I'm going to show you this one because this is probably even quicker, we're going to go to the square, we're going to change it to 5 by 7. So when you're doing your offset lines, I would use that for quarter inch, or quarter mil, 1.25, quarter mil increments if you're going to do that. So I'm going to make that 7 inches. I'm going to make it 5 inches wide because that's where we were at before. It's like a game of Jenga, this. It's like when you put your petrol in your tank, right? And you try and get it to just 20 pounds and it never works. That's what this is like. Right, so this one I'm going to make smaller. So I'm going to go to Object, Edit, and I'm going to resize it. And I'm going to take it down to 6, which should bring it out at about 6 by 4. Right, so I need to adjust that again. All right, so we're going to do 6 inches. This is going to give us a 1/2 inch frame all the way around. And then I want to make that to 4, so it's the same. And this is the joy. I can make that rectangle any size, like an oval. How many sets of oval nesting dies do you have?
They're never the right
And
size
they're
and
never
shape.
are they? Never
Never.
ever. On here, they are. So what we want to do now is put these two inside each other. So same as we just did before, multiple select, everything on the mat, press OK, and we're going to align them, so we're moving them, centrally vertically, centrally horizontally, and then we're going to group that together. Now we're using this as a guide, okay? So we're going to group that, and now what I want to do is add the chrysanthemum stem in, because I had a thought, middle of the night thought again, you know, that usual middle of the night thought, 3 o'clock. Oh, it's always 3 o'clock. Why is it always 3 o'clock? I don't know. So we're going to press OK. I've got my USB in the side here with my flower of the month on it. And all I'm going to do is add. And we're going to go into, no, we're not. We're going to go to retrieve data. Wow, Melanie. Retrieve data from the USB. We're going to go to flower of the month chrysanthemum. We want the stems of the chrysanthemum because I've decided that's what I want to choose. And this time we want the detail cuts. And I'm going to use the original size, and I want original cut number 1. Okay, so super easy, and that will give you that detailed design. So the first thing I want to do is make that bigger. So we're going to multiple select part of the mat this time because we don't want the frame involved. So we black it out so we can't see it. Then we press OK, and those two pieces select, and we go to Object, Edit, and we group them together. Now what I'm going to do is position this in here because I want it to be more or less the full height of this, because remember I'm working on the inside rectangle because this is a frame that we're going to do at 12 o'clock.
Okay.
So if I go into my resize, I can make it bigger so it fits just inside there like that. So it's just slightly outside of that frame when I'm doing this bit, but when I bring that up, it's going to give me that nice detail, and I'm going to make sure that that stem just drops over the edge like that. Okay, so once I've got it to the right size for my frame, I can then get rid of that frame, or I can save it all. Let's save it all because then we can come back and use that later on. So I'm going to save to the USB. It tells me it's includes a group pattern. I'm all right with that. So I'm happy with that. So I just press OK. Right, let's get rid of this frame now. Now then, what I thought was, what if you used half cut, but to cut a design? So it gives you that mark on your card that when you add ink over the top, you just very subtly see. Or you can make it so that you really see. It's entirely up to you. What you don't want to do is cut it out. Okay, we just want all that detail in there. So I'm going to leave a gap at the side because I know that this is going to get cut out of a piece of card as well. And then I'm just going to load this in like that. In fact, if we do a 5x7, we can cut that out at the same time, so I know it's in exactly the right place. So let's add. And this is the thing, when I'm doing something new, I'm working it out as I'm going, just so that you know. And then what I do is I go back and see if I can make it faster or quicker or simpler. So I always go the long-winded way around. It's just the way that my brain works. I can't change it. It is what it is. But that's kind of what I do. Now I want this to be 6, don't I? I want it to be 6x4 because that's what we're going to work inside of. So 6x4. Let's get that set up on there, and then I know I've got it, and then we can position it where we want it. Because this is going to be the rectangle that I'm creating now is going to be the rectangle that goes behind the frame.
Okay.
Yeah? So if I position that there, and I decide exactly where I want my chrysanthemum in there, and I'm going to do the whole thing, even though we're going to cover over some of it. So I'm just going to position that where I want it, and then I'm going to ask it to cut, but I'm going to ask it to half cut. So we're going to cut, and we're going to take that setting down now. Because it's not scoring this time, I'm going to do this on -3 because I want you to be able to see it. I don't want it to just disappear into the background, but I don't want it deep enough to cut out, and I don't want it shallow enough that I won't see it. So we're finding a happy medium. We're going to press OK, and then we're just going to press start. Now that's going to take 7 minutes. So in that 7 minutes, I'm going to talk to you about this machine because I don't want anybody missing out on this deal. I haven't been battling. I've been having a conversation with brother for quite a long time about getting a ScanNCut SDX under £300 because I think the versatility of it as a machine is exceptional. And all those people that have bought them, I mean, there's thousands and thousands of you that have bought them. If you've kept it in the box when you've taken it out, most people have come up to me and said, wish I got it out earlier, right? Now there is 13 hours worth of free education on our YouTube channel showing you how to use the ScanNCut with me, all free. Just go to Highlight Crafts on YouTube and search all the ScanNCut classes. We also do a club as well that you can join if you prefer to do it that way. But this deal, so we got it under £299, right? We got it £299.99. They came to give me a penny under £300. They couldn't have got much closer, could they? And then we decided that actually what we would do is bundle it with the Tattered Lace subscription. So if you've already got the Tattered Lace subscription, obviously you want to buy the machine by itself. I'll come to that in a minute. But the deal on this is absolutely exceptional. When you think an average die cutting machine is probably anywhere between £100 and £175,
at least,
depending on the size that you buy in and the quality of that machine. Inside, if you imagine now, I've got a Pro Cut on the counter, and it's got 682 dies with it, but it's got those in 200 different sizes. Then you've got 7 fonts in 250 different sizes. Then you've got your quilt blocks in whatever size you want that quilt block to be. And then via the Artspira app, you also get those tattered lace designs. Imagine all that laid out on the counter, and I said to you, right, it's £299.99. We won't be able to keep that in stock. And then you'd have to store it all. Oh gosh. And you'd have to reinforce your floors with that much metal. Yeah. Just saying.
I'm just thinking, right, would it fit all on the counter?
Right.
No, it wouldn't fit in the whole room.
It wouldn't fit in the room. We'd be knocking through that wall.
We would.
Instead of walking through it, we'd be knocking through it. That's what we're talking about. That's the difference. You can make the project that you've got in your head rather than the project that you're dictated to make by the tools that you own. And that's why I love this machine, and that's why I wanted to bring it to you. So we've got it under £300, comes with all 24 months worth of subscription from Tattered Lace magazine, all of it, for £299.99. Now if you've already got the magazine subscription and you're thinking of either second machine upgrading, whatever it is, this is amazing. $249.99 before your club discount is absolutely extraordinary. It comes in the box. You get 2 standard mats. They're worth $24.75 each.
Wow.
You get your stylus and your spatula and your auto blade. Okay, so you get everything that you need to get started. In fact, they even put a piece of card in for you. I know, it's that good,
Nice.
right? So you even get a piece of card in there as well. But this price is absolutely phenomenal. The CM300, which is the one that they still make, is still recommended retail at $399. We're knocking money off that for you, £150 off it for you. I mean, there's no other words, is there really? If you are a CM user, and I would never normally say this, because if you're a CM user and you're happy with the machine, you've invested in it, brilliant. There's nothing you can do with this that you can't do with a CM and Canvas workspace, functionality-wise, apart from the piercing starter kit. But the fact that this has the auto blade, that's what put a lot of people off getting it out of the box. I didn't mind that bit, because my brain's like an engineering brain, and I'm like, okay, right, I can absolutely learn what pressures and blade depths there are. I can look at something, and even though I don't have colour and pictures in my head, I can break it into shapes like that. It's just the way that my brain's built. DNA, I think, probably has a lot to do with it, I'm not going to lie. But to be able to get this quality at that price, it's just amazing. And you've got all of that free education in there as well. Katie, do you just want to come and have a look at this? So it's cutting, but it's not going to cut right out, which is exactly what we want. So it's putting this detail in. Now then, I did one of these earlier. Now I've got to remember where I put it. Here we are. I know you're used to me now, aren't you? So if we then, so imagine this is cut out now in your rectangle. If you take a blending brush with a very small amount of ink on, now I'm using the yellow because we're going to use the yellow Chrysanthemum later on, and you just go over it like this. This is going to be your background, so this is going to be faded into the background, and you're just going to add a little bit of a colour just over the top, and it picks up all of those details. So you imagine that now cut out of a rectangle. We're going to have a frame going around the edge, and then we're going to build our foiled reflections that we're going to do at 12 o'clock. And then 6 o'clock tonight, we're going to put the whole thing together. So grab your deal, get your ScanNCut. If you haven't got one, treat yourself, honestly. It is brilliant. You will not regret that purchase at all. Right, I'm going to leave that running. I'm going to come down here and just talk to you about this download, because this is phenomenal value for money, and I wanted to bring this back. I didn't want it to just get put into the archives and forgotten about, because it's too nice for that. So first of all, you're going to get your SVG files. Okay, so you're going to get your Build a Bouquet Chrysanthemum with the detailed design, so you can draw them, foil them, emboss them. Imagine that on your vellum. That would be beautiful, wouldn't it? You've then got all your reflections in 3 different sizes and the reverse of them. Now you can, of course, change the size at your print settings. The other thing that the SDX has, if you scaled your reflection sheet down to 75%, you can then put it on your ScanNCut and change the size as a percentage.
Oh, wow.
That makes it really, really, really easy. Yeah. So you've got that on there as well. Then you're also going to get all your decoupage layers. You're also going to get your reverse reflections, so you can do them back to back. So if you're working in something like a cloche, or it's in a spinner, you're going to see it's going to look as beautiful on either side. And then you get all your detailed designs. On top of that, you're going to get Minecraft Studio. So you're going to get your overlays, your perfectly coordinated coloured papers that have this lovely, very soft, gentle filigree down the side. You're then also going to get your reflections for your dies. Ignore those if you're a ScanNCut user. You're going to get all your different colourways across all the different florals and your digistamps. Now, that together is $14.99. Is that right, Sam? $14.99. Your Minecraft Studio by itself is $8.99. Yep, so £9 off 15, that gives you £6. You're getting this included for $4.99 if you buy both together. That is a crazy, crazy, crazy deal. Don't miss out on it, because I wanted to bring you this back because I didn't want it to just disappear and never be, well, it'll be seen again, but I wanted to really get into the nitty gritty of it with you today and show you foiling on your reflections again, because I keep getting asked over and over and over and over again, can you show me again? Yes, I can. We'll do that at 12 o'clock. You're with me at 12 o'clock as well, aren't you?
I can't wait to see. Can't wait to learn.
It's really cool. I'm going through that wall to be with Stephanie for an hour. Two Red Robins meets Diamond Art.
I know, I've been doing some of that this morning.
It's very therapeutic, isn't it?
Absolutely love it.
I never thought Diamond Art was for me, but blinking heck, I like doing this bit, and you get to choose your own colours where you put the colours. I like that.
Yeah.
Bit more creativity in that as well. Right, we're going through that wall. I'll see you on the other side of this. Go and get a cuppa quick.